Hello, my name is Jessica Ticer, and for my project I decided to do how to make brownies because I really love to bake. Alright, and the first thing you need to do when you make brownies is to gather all your ingredients. You need some eggs, water, oil, and brownie mix. Now you can adjust the brownie or the recipe according to what kind of brownies you like. If you like fudgy brownies, you're going to need 1 egg, 1/4 of a cup of water, and 1/3 of a cup of oil. If you like cake-like brownies, you're going to need 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1/4 of a cup of oil. You also need a baking pan, non-stick spray, fork or a hand mixer, a spatula, and a large mixing bowl, or I use a large measuring cup. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees and grease the bottom of your pan. You grease the bottom of your pan so that when you go to take all your brownies out, they don't stick to the bottom and you don't lose all your brownies. You take your mixing bowl or your large measuring cup and you stir your brownie mix, your eggs, your water, and your oil all together until it's well blended. And like I said, you can use a fork or a hand mixer. I prefer to use a fork. Now when you're mixing this, you can have some small little bitty chunks of stuff that still hasn't gotten mixed in, and stuff maybe like air bubbles. But if you have large chunks, then you need to mix it more. Okay, and the next thing you need to do is you're going to take your spatula and you're going to run it along the edges of your bowl and pour it into your pan. You use a spatula because it gets up closer to the sides of the bowl and you get more of your brownies out, so you have more brownies later. Okay, and once you have it in your pan, you can take your pan and to get all the air bubbles out of the bottom, you can pick it up and drop it a couple of times, and that brings all the air bubbles to the top so they won't be in your brownies later. Okay. Then you're going to bake according to your pan size and color. The back of your brownie box will have instructions on how to do that. You also need to double check to make sure your brownies are done once the timer is dinged on the oven. Now, the way you do this is you take a toothpick and you insert it about 1 inch from the sides of the pan. If the toothpick comes up clean, then your brownies are done. But if your toothpick still has brownie stuff on the outside of it, then you need to let your brownies bake for a little while longer. Now, an extra way to make your brownies extra good is to take Hershey's syrup, and when you mix it, you could also add Hershey's syrup to it. Or you could put chocolate chips in it if you really like chocolate. And another way is once your brownies have completely cooled after they've been cooked, you can put icing on the top of them. Now, once they've cooled and if you put your icing on it, you can cut them up into squares and enjoy your brownies.